Who are you? Hello, my name is Tom Rolander. I am the CTO of a company called CrossLoop, and we have a product that I'm going to demonstrate to you here today. The product began as a result of needing to help family on a computer. How many of you have had a mother that's called you up? I'm assuming that you're a geek, perhaps. And the mother's called you up and said, hey, I've got a problem. I've got a lost document, lost email, or something like that. So you're sitting there on the telephone with your mom, with your eyes closed, trying to visualize what her computer screen looks like, and you're telling her what buttons to push on the screen. That's a frustrating experience. So what I chose to do was to develop a software product to enable me to actually see what's on my mother's computer screen and control that, so I can provide her with remote assistance, help from afar. Okay, so what I have here on the screen is our CrossLoop website. That's www.crossloop.com. And our web page is a simple description of what our product is. It's a screen sharing application for people with different technical skills. And we describe briefly our security. One of the things that when you can control another computer you have as a concern is security, because you can be exposing your computer to somebody else coming into that machine. So we do encrypt all of our communication between our two endpoints, and we have a user interface model that requires a physical presence of a person at each computer. So we do not allow what's called just simply remote access to a computer. We require a person at each end of a computer. So you go to our website and do the download. Here we identify our capabilities. We're in 21 languages now. We're in 130 different countries. We have a file transfer capability, so we can transfer files between the two endpoints in a connection. And we have other facilities such as view only, so you can limit a person's interaction that's controlling your computer, or you can let them just see your computer and not control your computer. Okay, so we click the free download button. That's very quick. It's about 2 megabytes worth of code that downloads. And then the next thing you see on the screen is a dialog with 2 tabs on it. One tab says join and the other tab says host. So host would be hosting a session. This is the computer screen that's going to be visible then from the join end. So if I'm helping my mother, I would join. My mother would be the host. So I would then call my mom on the phone and I would say, Mom, let me work through this problem with you. Go to crossloop.com. She would go to the website, hit the free download, and there's about 3 clicks there. You do an install of the application. The next thing she'll see is this dialog right here. So what I would, and it starts out in this mode, I would ask her to click on the host button. Now when she clicks on host, what she will see is her username and her computer name. This is just sort of an identifier of who is operating the host. And we have an access code. This access code is a 12-digit number, and a new 12-digit number is generated every time the application is launched. We use that 12-digit number to perform our rendezvous. That's the connection of the join and the host. We also use it to encrypt all the communication that goes on between the join and host machines. So it's never in clear text. We could not have what's called a man in the middle come in and attack a session. So that access code is how we connect the machines and how we encrypt the data. So I would say to my mom over the phone, okay, you've clicked on host, and Mom, you see in the access code there's a 12-digit number. What is that number? So my mom would read it to me. In this case, it's 8009-6358-2638. Okay? I would then hit connect. I would ask my mom to hit connect. All right, the next thing that happens is we do this rendezvous between the 2 machines. And so on my mom's computer, this is the host, the computer that's going to be controlled. We see here Tom R on Tom's E machine, that would be whatever the computer is over at this end, would like to connect and share control of your computer. Do you want to continue? Yes or no? When I click on the yes button, what happens at that point is the rest of the synchronization between the 2 machines is completed, and the next thing we see on the join machine is the entire contents of the host computer. So now you'll see here, if I grab the window and move it across the screen, this dialog, it moves on this screen here. So I have complete control of the keyboard, the mouse, so that I can now work with my mother's computer. I can go in and find her problem and presumably help her fix it. So that is basically the software. That's about all there is to it. We have a couple other features here. For example, we can do file transfer. So I can go in here and do a send files. So we can click on a folder or drag and drop a file to our dialog. And at that point, the receiving end pops up with another dialog, and you can save the contents of the files being transferred across. We also have a view only, so that if, for example, this was somebody I maybe didn't trust to actually go and manipulate my computer, I just wanted them to see what's on my screen and maybe tell me over a telephone or voice over IP how to operate. So we would then be able to disable them from actually controlling the screen. So we have view only. Another function that we have, in fact, actually I clicked view only on the join machine and I disabled myself. So now I can go back here and re-enable it as a share control. The other function we have here, this red and green arrow, is switch control. And this allows us to toggle the two ends so that with that we can then switch roles. And this might be a case where you're collaborating or you're working maybe on a common document or something and you want to switch roles between host and join. So that's really all there is to
Where
the
do we
product.
get it?
Okay, we get it at www.crossloop.com.
And how much does it cost?
It is a free software package, so it's free for private use.
And how are you going to make money off of free?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, we have become a very popular free product out there because, as far as we know, we are the only free product that has now file transfer. So we have that ability. Our plan is to add additional features, premium features that we would charge for, and also to be able to, at some point, add in some form of advertising. So right now, we're building a product. We're verifying that we have a product that makes sense to the market, that there's a demand that addresses a pain point in the marketplace, and now the next challenge will be to actually make this into a business. Thank you.